Hello everyone. So today also I am continuing the same class, that is theory of quadratic equation for class 10. So in the last class we were doing the very short answer question type and we did MCQ, that is the multiple choice question. So today I am continuing the same problem. Okay, so in the last class we did up to question number 12, number 5. That means we have completed MCQ, that is multiple choice question. So now let us do this 12, number B. Let us write whether the following statements are true or false. यहाँ जुन चाहिँ यहाँ स्टेटमेन्ट दिएको छ त्यो स्टेटमेन्ट ट्रू हो कि फल्स हो हामीले यो चेक गरौँ. The two roots of the equation x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0 are real. So यो एउटा quadratic equation, you know that the highest power of x is 2 here, so this is a quadratic equation. It gives two roots, right? So यहाँ question भन्दैछ the two roots of this quadratic equation are real. Real भनेको चाहिँ defined roots. I told you about real and imaginary, isn't it? Real भनेको चाहिँ कस्तो खाले क्वान्टिटीलाई रियल भनिन्छ, जस्तै स्क्वायर रुट भित्र पोजिटिभ नम्बर छ भने त्यो डिफाइन्ड नम्बर हो. जस्तै 2 3 4 2 by 5 3 by 5 all are defined numbers, like root 2 root 3 root 5 root 6, all these are defined or real numbers. कस्तो खाले नम्बरलाई इमेजिन नम्बर्स भनेर भनिन्छ, जस्तै स्क्वायर रुट भित्र नेगेटिभ नम्बर छ, स्क्वायर रुट भित्र नेगेटिभ नम्बर भएकोलाई चाहिँ हामी के भन्छौं, इमेजिनरी नम्बर्स भनेर भन्छौं. त लास्ट क्लासमा हामीले नेचर अफ द रुट्स गर्यौं, त्यसको कन्डिसन्स केहरु छन् त्यो सबै तिमीलाई थाहा भइसकेको कुरा हो. त अब हामी यो गर्छौं, द टु रुट्स अफ द इक्वेसन x स्क्वायर प्लस x प्लस 1 इज इक्वल टु 0 आर रियल. त यो क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेसनको रुट चाहिँ रियल छ भनेर देखाउनु पर्यो. यो ट्रू पनि हुन सक्छ, फल्स पनि हुन सक्छ. ठीक छ, लेट अस डु दिस प्रब्लम. सो गिवन इक्वेसन is what? X square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. Let us compare it with the general equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, right? Now compare गरौँ यो दुईटा इक्वेसन. कम्पेयर गर्दा a is equal to 1, यहाँ कोएफिसिएन्ट of x square 1 छ, a is equal to 1, b is also 1 and c is also 1. So in order to check the nature of the roots, you have to find out the discriminant, that is value of the discriminant. So write down, what is discriminant now? Discriminant is equal to, what is discriminant? B square minus 4ac. This is known as a discriminant. So let us find out its value. What is b square? b को भने यहाँ 1 छ, 1 whole square minus 4 into what is a is 1, and what is c is also 1. So 1 whole square is 1 minus 4 ones are 4, 4 ones are 4, which is equal to minus 3. So minus 3 भन्दै less than 0 भयो हैन. The discriminant less than 0 भने यो के हुन्छ, imaginary roots, right? त यसको रुट चाहिँ यो जुन चाहिँ यहाँ इक्वेसन दिएको छ x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0, त्यसको रुट चाहिँ के भयो, इमेजिनरी. यु नो द कन्डिसन्स हैन, तीनटा कन्डिसन तिमीलाई राम्रो याद छ. एउटा कन्डिसन थियो, if discriminant is greater than 0 then the roots are real and unequal. If the discriminant is greater than 0 then the roots are real and unequal, right? If the discriminant is equal to 0 then the roots are real and equal. If the discriminant is less than 0 then the roots are imaginary. भनेपछि यहाँ roots के भयो, imaginary भयो. So in this case, since next line है, since discriminant less than 0, since discriminant less than 0, therefore the two roots of the equation, of the given equation are imaginary. are imaginary. So what can we say about the roots? The roots are imaginary. That means, is the statement true? The two roots are, यहाँ चाहिँ के दिएको छ real भनेपछि statement false भएको. Therefore, the statement is false. The statement is, you have to write false. So is it clear to all of you? The square answer के भयो? False भएको. So let's do other problem, that is number 2. Now let us do this next number, that is 12b number 2, that is continuation of true or false type. अब यहाँ क्वेशनमा के भनिँदैछ भन्दाखेरि the two roots of the equation x square minus x plus 2 is equal to 0 are not real भनेर भन्दैछ. The two roots of the equation x square minus x plus 2 is equal to 0 are not real. Not real भनेको they are imaginary. त तिमीले चेक गर्नुपर्छ whether the roots of the equation are imaginary or not. Not real भनेपछि यो के दिएको छ, क्वेशनले चाहिँ imaginary भनेर दिएको छ. Imaginary आयो भने true, imaginary आएन र real आयो भने चाहिँ यो के भयो, false. Is it clear? Now let us check it. Now given equation is x square minus x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now let us compare it with the general quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Let us compare it with that equation, right? So therefore a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 1 and c is equal to 2, right? What is the coefficient of x square? This is 1. You a को value भयो. What is the coefficient of x? Minus 1. To b को value भयो. B is equal to minus 1. And this 2 is the value for c. That is c is equal to 2. So in this case also, while finding out the nature of the roots, you have to get the value of the discriminant, whether it is positive, whether it is negative, or whether it is equal to 0, right? So let us find out the discriminant. Therefore, b square minus 4ac. This is your discriminant. So you can write discriminant is equal to also, let us write discriminant is equal to what is it? b square minus 4ac, right? What is b whole square? Minus 1 whole square minus 4 into a is 1. What is c? C is 2. What is minus whole square? Minus whole square is plus 1 minus 8, which is equal to minus 7, which is always less than 0 because it is negative. Negative भने less than 0. यदि discriminant less than 0 भने, what is the nature of the roots? The roots are imaginary. That means they are not real. Okay? So since discriminant less than 0, therefore the roots are imaginary. That is not real. They are not real. They are not defined. Imaginary means they are not real or they are not defined. That means the two roots are not real, so the statement is true. Take a statement. So you write, therefore the statement is what? The statement is true. The square answer भयो, the statement is true. Got my point? Okay. So let's do next one. So now let's do the next question, that is 12 number C. Fill in the blanks. You have to fill in the blanks. खाली ठाउँ भन्नु पर्यो. The question says that the ratio, this is number 1, the ratio of the sum and the product of two roots of the equation 7x square minus 12x plus 18 is equal to 0 is, fill in the blanks, dash, right? What is the given quadratic equation? 7x square minus 12x plus 18 is equal to 0. In this case, your quadratic equation you have to find out sum of the roots as well as the product of the roots. So you know the formula. Sum of the roots is equal to minus b upon a, and product of the roots is equal to c upon a. This is from the general quadratic equation. Sum of the roots is equal to minus b by a भनेको minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. And what is the product of the roots? It is equal to c upon a. C means absolute constant term divided by a is there, that is coefficient of x square. So you have to use this formula. And sum र product निकालेपछि त्यसको के निकाल्छ हामी? Ratio. Okay? So given equation is 7x square minus 12x plus 18 is equal to 0. Now you know quadratic equation, isn't it? That is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. That means you can compare this quadratic equation with general quadratic equation. Okay? Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Let us compare these two equations. A is equal to 7, right? And b is equal to minus 12. B is equal to minus 12. You have to consider the sign also. If minus sign is given, you have to write it. Okay? Comma c is equal to 18. So in this case, you have to find out sum of the roots as well as the product of the roots. Therefore, let us write down sum of the roots. Sum of the roots is equal to minus b by a, which is equal to minus, what is the value for b out here? Minus 12 divided by what is the value for a? It is 7. So you can multiply these two, isn't it? Minus to minus plus, that is, it is 12 by 7. This is sum of the roots. I go. अब हामी के निकाल्छौं? Let us find out product of the roots, right? Therefore, product of the roots. Therefore, product of the roots is equal to c upon a. You know this formula. C भनेको constant term, c is equal to 18, and what is a? 7. So which is equal to 18 by 7. Is that right? Okay. Now we have to find out the ratio of the sum and the product of the two numbers. That is, sum is to product निकाल्ने अब. So let us find out. Ratio is equal to sum is to product. Sum is to product, right? Sum भनेको कति आएको थियो? What is the sum of the roots? 12 by 7 is to what is the product of the roots? 18 by 7, right? So now you have to simplify this ratio. Actually, ratio means fraction. If we have a is to b, then you can write a divided by b. Likewise, 12 by 7 is to 18 by 7. Actually, you can write it in terms of fractions. Okay? So, rough work. This is only the rough work, right? Fraction like that. 12 by 7 divided by 18 by 7 is. So, if this denominator, if the fraction of the denominator goes up in the numerator, it becomes upside down. You 18 by 7 mathi jada ulta bhayera jन्छ. भनेपछि you can cancel this 7. That is, you get 12 by 18. You can cancel on also 6 2s are 12, 6 3s are 18, and so on, right? So now here also you can cancel this 7. Directly you can cancel 7 here, common term in both the denominator, right? So you will get, which is equal to 12 is to 18, right? यहाँ पनि common term ले cancel गर्न सक्छौ. 12 र 18 मा, which is the common term? 6. So it is 6 2s are 12, 6 3s are 18, which is equal to कति भयो? 2 is to 3. Is that clear? So what is the ratio of sum and the product of the two roots? What is the ratio of the sum and the product of the two roots? It is 2 is to 3. So यो question मा हामी के लेख्छौं? Fill in the blanks मा 2 is to 3 भनेर लेख्छौं. बुझ्यो सबैले यो? तो यो पनि तिमीले खातामा सार्दै जाने. ठीक छ? यो मैले rough work गरेको. This is only the rough work, right? Don't copy it. This is only rough work, right? So now let's do 12C number 3. So your homework will be 12C number 2. 12C number 2 your homework. This is same as question number 12C number 3. If I do 12C number 3, you can easily do 12C number 2. So that's why this is your homework, right? So let's do this problem. If two roots of the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, here it is given a not equal to 0. Why a not equal to 0 is given? If a is equal to 0, your a is equal to 0, your first one is 0 by h. It vanishes. That means you will have only bx plus c is equal to 0, which is no longer a quadratic equation. That means it is a linear equation. This equation is a linear equation. So it is not a quadratic equation. That's why it is given a not equal to 0. Okay? Are reciprocal to each other and opposite, negative in sign, then a plus c is equal to 0. Then a plus c is equal to 0. Oh, sorry. Not a plus c is equal to 0. Fill in the blanks. Then a plus c is not, you have to fill in the blank, right? A plus c is equal to, that question was wrong, sorry. A plus c is equal to dash, right? So you have to fill in the blank, okay? So now, the question says that the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Here, the two roots of the quadratic equation are reciprocal to each other and they are of opposite sign. And you have to check a plus c is equal to dash. Okay? A plus c is equal to कति आउँछ यहाँ हामी लेख्न पर्छ. ठीक छ? त रेसिप्रोकल भन्ने के हो? सपोज एउटा रुट अल्फा भने अर्को रुट कति हुन्छ 1 बाइ अल्फा. एउटा रुट बीटा भने अर्को रुट के हुन्छ 1 बाइ बीटा. तर यहाँ दे आर अपोजिट भन्दैछ एन्ड अपोजिट इन साइन नेगेटिभ. द्याट मिन्स एउटा अल्फा भने अर्को -1 अपन अल्फा. हामी यो सपोज गर्न सक्छौं. बुझ्दैछ? So let us assume the two roots of the given quadratic equation as given in the question. Let alpha and opposite -1 upon alpha be the roots of the quadratic equation. Be the roots of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. ठीक छ यहाँसम्म? Let alpha and -1 upon alpha be the roots of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. बुझ्यो? त यसमा हामी खाली प्रोडक्ट द रुट्स मात्रै सपोज गर्छौं. प्रोडक्ट द रुट्स मात्रै निकाल्छौं. किन प्रोडक्ट द रुट्स गर्दा अल्फा के हुन्छ? It gets cancels, right? So now, therefore, product of the roots is equal to, what is the formula actually? What is the product of the roots? It is c upon a. Product of the roots को formula चाहिँ के भयो यहाँ? c divided by a, constant term divided by coefficient of x square. Okay? Again, you can find the product of these two roots also, alpha into -1 upon alpha. Therefore, product of the roots is equal to alpha into -1 upon alpha. This alpha gets cancels, which is equal to -1. Clear? So now, this is product of the roots c by a, by formula. I mean, calculation whether can you have product of the roots -1. That means these two are equal. This is product of the roots, this is also the product of the roots. That means these two must be equal. That means c upon a is equal to -1. Therefore, c upon a is equal to -1. ठीक छ? Cross multiply, c is equal to -a. Now next, -a, you can take it to the left hand side. So -a left side में के भएर आउँछ? प्लस भएर आउँछ. The a plus c is equal to 0. That means a plus c is equal to 0. Fill in the blanks. That is 0. Okay? So Then similar problem 12C number 2. So this is your homework. ठीक छ, यहाँसम्म बुझ्दैछ सबैले? यो कपी गर्नु, यो कपी गर्ने, बुझ्ने, फेरि नहेरी गर्ने, ठीक छ? प्र्याक्टिस चाहिँ गर्नुपर्छ है तिमीहरूले म्याथमेटिक्स. प्र्याक्टिस गऱ्यो भने you can do very well. Okay? So we'll do the next question now. That is, we'll do now very short answer type question. And here each question carry 2 marks now. Use a सबै के भयो objective type of question. सबैमा प्रत्येकमा 1-1 मार्क्स मात्र आउँछ यो चाहिँ. ठीक छ? अब हामी we'll do that questions which carries 2 marks. Okay? So now let us do short answer type question. So in this type of question, each question carries 2 marks, right? So यो जुन चाहिँ मैले यहाँ क्वेशन हेर्दैछु, यो क्वेशन चाहिँ कति मार्क्स हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि प्रत्येक क्वेशन 2 मार्क्स हुन्छ, 2 मार्क्स हुन्छ. बुझ्नु छैन? त तिमीले यो क्वेशन नम्बर 4 मा आउँछ, तिमीको माध्यमिक परीक्षामा क्वेशन नम्बर 4 मा हुन्छ. त क्वेशन नम्बर 4 मा 12 वटा क्वेशन हुन्छ. There are 12 questions in question number 4 and you have to attempt 10 out of these 12 questions, and each question carries 2 marks, right? That is 10 to the 20. You say यस्तो खाले क्वेशन चाहिँ तिमीको 20 मार्क्स को आउँछ. बुझ्यो? त you have to attempt 10 questions. You have to attempt 10 questions out of 12 questions. Okay, each question carries 2 marks, right? Now let us do this number 30 number 1. Let us write down the quadratic equation if the sum of its roots is 14 and the product of the roots is, and the product of them is 24. In this case you have to form the quadratic equation whose sum of the roots is 14 and the product of the roots is 24. तिमीले त्यो quadratic equation बनाउनु पर्यो जसमा चाहिँ sum of the roots कति हुन्छ रे 14 अनि त्यो roots को product चाहिँ कति हुन्छ 24. So let us form the quadratic equation. Now in this case you should know the formula. हामीले last class मा गरिसकेको छौं. What is the quadratic equation? How can you form the quadratic equation? Is roots are given x square minus within brackets sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots, right? So let us use this formula. Now x square minus within bracket sum of the roots into x plus. So what do we write now? Product of the roots. Product of the roots. Product of the roots is equal to 0. Now let us use this formula. X square minus within bracket sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots is equal to 0. Now you should know this formula. यो formula चाहिँ तिमीले याद गर्नै पर्छ. अब क्वेशन मा डाइरेक्टली दिएको छ यहाँ sum of the roots कति 14 भनेर दिएको छ. अनि what is the product of these roots? It is 24. Just put the values. Or x square minus what is the sum of the roots? 14x plus what is the product of its roots? It is 24, which is equal to 0. So your answer. The answer for this question is required quadratic equation is what? X square minus 14x plus 24 is equal to 0. So this is your final answer. Is that clear now? So now let's do this problem number 13.3. Okay, so your homework will be 13 number 2. You can try it at home. Okay, now 13 number 3 is if two roots of the equation x square minus 22x plus 105 is equal to 0 are alpha and beta. Okay, so यो quadratic equation को दुईटा रूट चाहिँ के रहेछ alpha र beta भनेर दिएको छ. Let us write down the value of alpha minus beta. हामीले के value निकाल्नु पर्छ? Alpha minus beta निकाल्नु पर्यो. ठीक छ? Question is clear now. This alpha and beta are the roots of the given quadratic equation. You have to get the value for alpha minus beta. त तिमीलाई यो अल्फा र बीटा कुनै एउटा क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेसन को रुट्स भन्ने दिएको छ भने तिमीले डाइरेक्ट के लेख्छौ सम अफ द रुट्स र प्रोडक्ट अफ द रुट्स चाहिँ लेखिहाल्ने ठीक छ जेसुकै मागेको सम अफ द रुट्स र प्रोडक्ट अफ द रुट्स चाहिँ लेख्नै पर्छ नाउ राइट डाउन गिवन सल्युसन है यो सो गिवन हियर इज x square minus 22x plus 105 is equal to 0. Okay, so what are its roots given in the question? Alpha and beta. Alpha and beta are the roots of this equation, right? Now you can compare this given quadratic equation with the general quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, so a is equal to 1 by b is equal to minus 22 and c is equal to 105. ठीक छ, a को value by 1, b को value minus 22. You have to consider the sign also, and c is equal to 105. ठीक छ नि यहाँसम्म. So अब हामी के निकाल्छौं भने sum of the roots. Therefore alpha plus beta is equal to, what is the formula? Always minus b upon a. I told you about it. कसरी डिराइभ गरेको थियो अस्ति फर्मुला याद छ तिमीलाई? त तिमीले फर्मुला डिराइभ गर्नु पर्दैन, जस्ट रिमेम्बर द फर्मुला. Alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, right? So or alpha plus beta is equal to minus, what is the value for b here? b को value कति रहेछ? What is the value for b? Minus 22. Again, you have to consider the sign also. Minus 22 divided by, what is the value for a? That is 1. Or what is alpha plus beta is equal to minus into minus plus, that is 22. This is your sum of the roots. बुझ्दैछ हैन? अब हामीले के लेख्नु पर्छ? प्रोडक्ट अफ द रुट्स पनि लेखिहाल्ने. So we know the formula. Therefore alpha beta is equal to c upon a, or alpha beta is equal to, what is the value for c? C को value, c भनेको constant term हो, that is 105. This is 105 divided by, what is the value for a? X square coefficient कति छ यहाँ? 1. So or alpha beta is equal to, this is 105. So let us mark it number 2. त हामीले पायौं alpha plus beta is equal to 22 एउटा पायौं अनि अर्को पायौं alpha beta is equal to 105. Is it clear now? Now let us write down the value of alpha minus beta. हामीलाई alpha plus beta याद भयो 22, alpha beta थाहा भयो 105, but you have to get the value for alpha minus beta. अब हामीलाई चाहियो alpha minus beta को value. तो यो कसरी निकाल्छौं? अच्छा, I am rubbing this portion, right? तो यहाँ अब म यहाँ रफ वर्क गर्दैछु है ल. This is your rough work. अब alpha minus beta को value हामी कसरी निकाल्छौं? You know that a minus b whole square. You know that this is a square minus 2ab plus b square. त्यसको अर्को फर्मुला पनि छ, बुझ्नु छैन? त a minus b whole square को अर्को फर्मुला हो a minus b whole square is equal to a plus b whole square minus 4ab. यो पनि याद गर्ने, यो पनि तिमीले याद गर्न सक्छौ, बुझ्यौ? a minus b whole square is equal to के रहेछ फर्मुला? a plus b whole square minus 4ab है. बुझ्दैछ यो? यसलाई म डिराइभ गर्छु ल हामी. अच्छा, यो त थाहा हुनै पर्छ तिमीलाई. और a minus b whole square is equal to, यहाँ लेखौँ a square plus 2ab plus b square. यहाँ हामीले आफै लेख्यौँ plus 2ab किनभने यो a plus b whole square आइहाल्छ. But there is minus 2ab. By which number will you add here, so that after simplification of this number and this number you will get minus twice ab. के लेख्नु पर्यो त यहाँ minus 4ab लेख्नु पर्छ. That's why minus 4ab plus 2ab, similar terms can be subtracted and you have to write down the sign of the greater number. That means you get minus twice ab. बुझ्यो? यो सिम्प्लिफाई गर्दा हाम्रो कति हुन्छ minus 2ab आइहाल्छ. Or a minus b whole square is equal to, what is the formula for the three terms which are in the beginning here? This is a plus b whole square. Then minus 4ab. Is that clear to all of you? So यो चाहिँ तिमीहरुको नयाँ फर्मुला हो. नयाँ त हैन होला सायद, यो पुरानै फर्मुला हो. तिमीहरु क्लास 8 मा सिकेको हुनुपर्ने यो. सबैलाई थाहा हुनुपर्छ क्लास 10 को. क्लास 10 को जति पनि यहाँ स्टुडेन्ट्सहरुले हेर्दै छौ सबैलाई यो थाहा हुनुपर्छ. a minus b whole square is equal to a plus b whole square minus 4ab. Is it clear? अब यो फर्मुला हामी यहाँ युज गर्छौं. ठीक छ? हामीले के भन्ने गर्नुपर्छ अल्फा माइनस बीटा. एकैचोटी निस्किँदैन अल्फा माइनस बीटा को भ्यालु. पहिला हामी यो फर्म लेख्छौं. a को जग्गामा अल्फा लेख्ने, b को जग्गामा के लेख्ने बीटा. So therefore alpha minus beta whole square is equal to, what is the formula now? Alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. यही नै लेखेको. a को जग्गामा अल्फा लेख्ने, b को जग्गामा के लेख्ने बीटा लेख्ने. तो यो आइहाल्छ हैन? Let us use the values. Okay? Or alpha minus beta whole square यति राख्ने किनभने यसको भ्यालु निकाल्नुपर्छ alpha minus beta. We need only alpha minus beta. First of all you have to calculate alpha minus beta whole square, right? So what is alpha plus beta? What was alpha plus beta in the beginning? तिमीहरुको खाता हेर्नु, खातामा सार्दै होला तिमीले, सार्दै जानु है. What was alpha plus beta? Sit. It must be 22. 22 whole square. हामीले त्यही लेखेको होला, हेर्नु खातामा. 22 whole square minus b by a. Alpha plus beta is minus b by a थियो. Minus 22 by 1, that is plus 22. Minus 4 into, what is alpha beta? Alpha beta कति आएको छ यहाँ? 105. So this is the rough work है. अघि नै मैले भने यो रफ वर्क हो भनेर त तिमीले यो पनि रफ वर्कमै सार्नु, रफ पट्टि नै सार्ने. जुन चाहिँ तिमीले पेजमा गर्दैछ त्यसकै राइट पट्टि यो कपी गर्नु. Therefore, alpha minus beta whole square is equal to, what is 22 whole square? 22 into 22. Let us find it. 22 into 22. 2 2s are 4. Again 2 2s are 4 plus 2 2s are 4. Again 2 2s are 4. So it is 484. Which is equal to, what is 22 whole square? It is 484 minus, now you can multiply 105 by 4. 4 5s are 20 equals 0. 2. 4 zeros are 0 plus 2 is 2. And this 4 1s are 4. Or alpha minus beta whole square is equal to, you can subtract it. So it is 64. Or what is alpha minus beta whole square is equal to? It is plus minus root over 64. Or, sorry, this is alpha minus beta. Now, अब हामीले स्क्वायर निकाल्दैछ both side. Alpha minus beta को मात्रै भ्यालु चाहियो. So alpha minus beta is equal to, यो के हुन्छ plus minus root over 64. हामीले यहाँ plus minus किन लेख्दैछौँ? यदि यो इभन पावर छ भने हामी यहाँ plus minus लेख्छौँ. किन लेख्छौँ हेर? यो plus whole square गर्दा पनि plus नै हुन्छ अनि minus whole square गर्दा पनि के हुन्छ? Plus नै हुन्छ. That's why you have to write down both the sign here, plus minus. बुझ्नु यो? So or alpha minus beta is equal to plus minus, what is square root of 64? That is 8. The answer is plus minus 8. What is the value for alpha minus beta? It is plus minus 8. Is that clear? Okay, we'll do next question now. So now we will do this problem, that is 13 number 4. If the sum of the two roots of this equation given here is x square minus x is equal to k into 2x minus 1 is 0. If the sum of the two roots of this equation is 0, let us write the value of k. हामीले चाहिँ k को भ्यालु निकाल्नु पर्यो हैन? Let us solve it. Solution. x square minus x is equal to k into 2x minus 1, right? The general equation form general equation form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Yo form this is not a general equation form, right? So now let us simplify this quadratic equation. This is not in the general form. General form you see yo only ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Or x square minus x is equal to k multiply it is 2kx minus k, right? K into 2x, 2kx minus k into 1 is k. Or x square minus x, 2kx from minus k left make right hand side 0. The minus 2kx plus k is equal to 0, right? Or x square minus is common here and x is also common here. So within bracket what do we have? If x is taken common, we have 1 minus plus 2k, and within bracket x plus k is equal to 0. Is it clear now? 2kx or minus k left part 2kx becomes minus sign, minus 2kx and minus plus k is equal to 0. Is that clear? So now there is minus x common, minus x मैले पछाडी लेखेँ यहाँ अगाडि लेख्दा पनि हुन्छ. त युजुअली हामी यो क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेसनमा x पछाडी लेख्छौँ. जस्तै x यहाँ पछाडी छ त्यसैले नै हामी x पछाडी नै लेख्छौँ. त माइनस x कमन लेख्छ ब्र्याकेट भित्र कति भयो 1 plus 2k plus k is equal to 0. Now let us compare this equation with that general quadratic equation. That means a is equal to here 1, b is equal to minus within bracket 1 plus 2k, and c is equal to k, right? So a is equal to what? 1, b is equal to, you have to consider the sign also, 1 plus 2k, right? And then write c is equal to what? K. A is equal to 1, b is equal to minus within bracket 1 plus 2k, and c is equal to k. Is that clear? So now, here in the question it is given that if the sum of the two roots of the equation is 0 भन्दैछ. यो इक्वेसन को जुन चाहिँ दुईटा रुट छ त्यसको सम चाहिँ के हुन्छ भनेर भन्दैछ 0. So now therefore sum of the roots is equal to, what is the formula? What is the formula? Sum of the roots is equal to minus b by e. That is the formula, which is equal to, write down minus sign. What is b again here? Minus within first bracket 1 plus 2k bracket close, second bracket close, whole divided by, this is the value for b. And what is a? A is 1 here. So which is equal to 1 plus 2k, which is equal to 1 plus 2k. This is the sum of the roots. But by question, what is the sum of the two roots? It is 0. But you do equate गर्नु. हामीले निकाल्नु sum of the roots. हामीले यहाँ problem गरेर निकाल्नु 1 plus 2k भनेर निकाल्नु. That is 1 plus 2k is the sum of the roots. तर क्वेशन हामीलाई के दिएको छ 0. भनेपछि you can equate 1 plus 2k with 0. Therefore 1 plus 2k is equal to 0. Or 2k is equal to कति भयो? Minus 1. Or k is equal to कति हुँदैछ? This is minus half. So k is equal to minus half is the answer. The k is equal to minus half say answer. Is it clear to all of you? We'll do next question now. So now, let us do question number 13(5). Okay? The question is, if one of the roots of the two equations, x square plus bx plus 12 is equal to 0 and x square plus bx plus q is equal to 0 is 2. यहाँ के भन्दैछ? If one of the roots of the two equations, both these equations is 2. यो दुईटै equations को root चाहिँ कति रहेछ? One of the roots is 2. भन्नुको मतलब root भनेको चाहिँ value of x. यो first equation मा पनि x को value 2 अनि second को equation मा पनि x को value 2 नै हुन्छ. So you can put the value of x in the given quadratic equation. बुझ्यो? If one of the roots of the two equations, these two equations is 2, भनेपछि यो x value दुईटै नै x is equal to 2, यहाँ पनि x is equal to 2. So using this condition, let us write down the value of q. हामी के को value निकाल्छौं? q को value निकाल्छौं. ठीक छ? So now since 2 is the root of the equation x square plus bx plus 12 is equal to 0, or अब 2 is the root of this equation भनेको एउटा x को value चाहिँ 2 हो. So x is equal to 2. You can put x is equal to 2 here. So it is 2 whole square plus b into 2 plus 12 is equal to 0. Is that clear to all of you? Now let us simplify it. What is 2 whole square? 4 plus this is 2b plus 12 is equal to 0. Let us solve it, get the value for b. So 2b is equal to minus 16, or b is equal to this is minus 16 by 2, which is equal to कति भयो? b is equal to minus 8. 2 ले 16 8 times. 2 into b. If this 2 goes to the right hand side, it goes to the denominator. That means it becomes 16 by 2. 2 ले 16 8 times. So b is equal to minus 8 by 2. Is it clear? So let us use the second equation now. So what is the second equation? Therefore, second equation is x square plus bx plus q is equal to 0, right? In this case also the root, one of the roots of this equation is also 2. You can put x is equal to 2. Again you can put the value for b is equal to minus 8. Yeah, b is equal to minus 8 पनि हाल्न सक्छौं. So after this you can simplify this equation and get the value for q, right? So or what is x now? 2 whole square. Okay, x value हाल्यो भने 2 whole square plus b भनेको थियो minus 8, right? Minus 8 into what is x? This is also 2. X is 2, b is minus 8. Then plus q is equal to 0. Plus q is equal to 0. Or this is 4 minus 16 plus q is equal to 0. Or minus 12 plus q is equal to 0. Or what is the value for q? Q is equal to 12. So this is your answer. So q is equal to 12 is the answer. Is that clear to all of you? So बुझ्दैछ यो? त यो क्वेशन इम्पोर्टेन्ट होला हैन? यस्तो क्वेशन माध्यमिक परीक्षामा आएको छैन. यो सानो तिमीले यो आन्सर ल अन्त नहेरी गर्नु. सधैँ प्र्याक्टिस गर्नु तिमीले डेली घरमा तिमीले प्र्याक्टिस गर्नु पर्फेक्ट भइहाल्छ. Now we'll do the next question, okay? So now we have finished the questions from the book, okay? त जुन चाहिँ मैले त्यहाँ छोडेको छु त्यो तिमीले होमवर्क गर्नु. ठीक छ? त्यो सजिलै छ, you can do it. Okay? सकेन भने मलाई कमेन्ट गर्नु कि त मलाई फोन गर्दा पनि हुन्छ. बुझ्नु छैन? त अब हामी गर्छौं from माध्यमिक परीक्षा. This is the question from माध्यमिक परीक्षा 2018. This is question number 2 को 2. Question number 2 को 2 मा चाहिँ के हुन्छ तिमीको fill in the blanks. Each question carry 2 marks. Objective type of question. यो के भन्दैछ? The equation a minus 2 within bracket x square plus 3x plus 5 is equal to 0 will not be a quadratic equation for a is equal to कति? हैन? त मैले तिमीलाई एकपल्ट के भनेको भने कुनै पनि क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेसन दिएको छ तिमीलाई ax² + bx + c = 0 त्यो कति बेला क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेसन हुँदैन if a = 0 isn't it like example ax² + bx + c = 0 मा यो a = 0 भयो भने this quadratic equation will not be a quadratic equation because a = 0 हाल्ने बित्तिकै यो त 0 भयो हराएर गयो खाली के र bx + c = 0 मात्र आयो a = 0 हुँदैन यो के भयो bx + c = 0 so this equation will not be a quadratic equation right so similarly you can do it here यो quadratic equation दिएको छ that is a - 2x² + 3x + 5 = 0 अब यो क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेसन हुँदैन कति बेला यदि यो x² अगाडिको सबै ठाउँमा 0 हुनुपर्छ त्यहाँ के लेख्छौ यो x² को अगाडि चाहिँ के हुनु पर्यो 0 that means a - 2 = 0 right so this equation will not be a quadratic equation if a - 2 = 0 that means a = कति भन्छ 2 -2 लाई तले जाऊ के भएर जान्छ प्लस भएर जान्छ त a = 2 भयो भने this equation will not be a quadratic equation so you have to fill in the blanks त a = कति भयो यसको आन्सर 2 भयो यो आन्सर बुझ्यौ तिमीले यो सो यो पनि सार्नु अब एउटा 2 मार्क्स को क्वेशन छ यहाँ यो चाहिँ तिमीले होमवर्क गर्ने ल यो घरमा गर्नु घरमा प्र्याक्टिस गर यो घरमा गर्ने ल होमवर्क MB 2018 नै हो यो MB 2018 होमवर्क यो 2 मार्क्स को ल यो 4 को नंबर 4 if the roots of a quadratic equation if the roots of a quadratic equation be of a quadratic equation b if the roots of a quadratic equation be 2n - 3 comma then write the equation this is your homework you see तिमीले घरमा गर्नु if the roots of a quadratic equation be 2n - 3 कुनै एउटा क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेसन को रूट्स 2 र -3 छ भने then you have to write down the quadratic equation clear so you can do it carries 2 marks okay so now this much is for today so we have finished this chapter theory of quadratic equation you revise all the problems that we have done online okay and if you revise it and if you practice it it will be easier for you to do similar type of problems you can easily do problems in the examination that is in madhyamik pariksha बुझ्दैन त यो राम्रोसँग सिक्ने जति पनि प्रब्लमहरु गरेछ तिमीले राम्रोसँग सिक्नु त्यसलाई अझै प्र्याक्टिस गर्नु रिपिट इट एट होम बुझ्यौ यो बुझेन भने तिमीले यो भिडियोलाई रिपिट गर्दै हेर्दा पनि हुन्छ बुझ्यौ त बुझेन भने you can ask me फोन गर्दा पनि भयो कमेन्ट दिँदा पनि हुन्छ बुझ्दैन so this much is for today goodbye take care of yourself stay at home stay safe